Hello, folks, and welcome back to another episode of Are You a Fan? We are officially back from our winter break and coming at you live. Well, not live, but a little dead with a second episode. And that. So, first question, as we always do, question for the audience and my co-host Joker. If you had an option to join one of these families, the Munsters or the Addams family, who are you picking?
Honestly, I'd totally go with the Addams Family. Well, I feel like I could bond weirdly with Wednesday, with the weird mortality.
True, I could see that going well. I could see you two getting along.
Not to mention, I'd love to hang out with Thing.
True. I mean, oh man, that's a tough, because I do love the Munsters. I do like their family dynamic.
Oh yeah.
But I also love Uncle Fester. Like, I don't know if I can give up Uncle... Like, hey, I feel like Uncle Fester would be a fun hangout. But,
yep.
You know, I'm going with the Addams. Uncle Fester alone wins that for me.
I'd love to do some practical jokes and Thing. It's just the best with people.
God, yes. Okay, so that brings us into this week's episode. We're talking about Gomez Addams from the Addams Family. So let's get into the real world. So Gomez Addams is a... I know it now. My brain malfunctioned.
Just making sure.
I don't know why my brain read it as titular character and then was like, wait, there's a P there.
Not to mention that looks absolutely nothing
I know!
like titular.
Okay. So Gomez Addams is the patriarch of the fictional Addams Family, created by cartoonist Charles Addams for the New York Magazine in the 1940s, and subsequently portrayed on television, in film, and on the stage. So character's been around a while.
Yeah, the Addams Family has made its rounds.
Yeah.
In the Charles Addams cartoons, Gomez, as with all the members of the family, had no given name. When the Addams Family television series was being developed, Charles Addams suggested the name of the character either Rapelli or Gomez. Addams left the final choice up to portrayal John Astin, who chose Gomez.
Rapelli.
That'd be weird.
It sounds weird, but honestly, just like, I don't know, it seems like an upbeat name. I feel it fits him, but definitely would have been, knowing that was the other option, it's like, ugh.
Yeah.
Like, it fits, but I don't like it. Okay, so because Gomez is strictly a surname in the Latin American world, the character's name was changed to Homero, or Homer. In Latin American translation, in Spain, he is called Gomez, where the surname originated. Man, languages always get weird.
Right. So John Astin had long sessions with Addams and series producer David Levy, who gave them free rein in developing the character. Enlarging on Addams' description of Gomez as a Latin lover type, Astin suggested the eye-rolling pencil mustache and ardent devotion to Morticia. Which, honestly, I couldn't see him any other way at this point.
Oh, right? Like, that's kind of... Like, that's one of the appealing things about the character.
It really is.
And that... so as far as I can tell, every actor I've seen portray the character has nailed that role.
At least some form of the role. It's kind of like all the Batman actors.
Oh, yeah.
They all fit a certain portion of either Batman or Bruce. All these various guys who did Gomez hit a certain point of it.
True. Okay, so let's get in universe. So in Charles Addams' original cartoon, Gomez was the nameless patriarch of the family. He had a somewhat grotesque appearance with a tubby body, a snub nose, a crooked tooth, and a receding chin. He was often depicted reading in a den or lounging on the windowsill. Which is one of the reasons why I'm like, man, in the Wednesday Addams show, I think they found a solid pick for like this version.
Oh, yeah. Which I do love, especially even for the time that they didn't try to go with this suave, good-looking man. They're like, no, we're going to have this grotesque-looking dude.
Yeah.
Like I like that they didn't go for that
Well, like you're right,
fancy looks.
especially given this time period when this was made, it would have been easy for them to make him look suave, like look good.
Especially as a Latin lover.
Oh, 100%.
So, Charles Addams would go on to say, husband to Morticia, if they indeed were married at all, a crafty schemer, but also a jolly man in his own way. Though sometimes misguided, sentimental, and often puckish, optimistic, he is in full enthusiasm for his dreadful plots. Is sometimes seen in a rather formal dress gown, the only one who smokes. Yeah, apparently he smokes a lot too, which we get into in a second.
Okay.
How much he spends a month on cigars.
Oh God. Which the family's like has some kind of wealth that nobody really. I don't think anybody knows where the money comes from, but maybe we'll find out. Maybe we won't. So, like the other members of the family, Gomez's personality becomes largely codified. Codified?
That's what we can go with. I have no idea.
Okay. So, like the other members of the family, Gomez's personality became largely codified by the television series. He is depicted as being a Castilian extraction and a Spanish ancestry, which was first brought up in Art and the Addams Family on December 18, 1964. So, he's always had kind of that Latin American, like, they're really playing it, like, they keep really playing heavily on the fact that they're like, he's of the passionate persuasions.
Yeah. Which is good, because it definitely fits the character, especially with the way they have him with Morticia.
Oh, 100%. Could you imagine Gomez Adam being like a stiff Brit?
No. Not at all. So, in the Addams cartoons and the television shows, Gomez wore a necktie to his chalk striped suit, though in the films he would wear a bow tie and also wears a wide variety of extravagant clothing. In a month, he would spend $1,000 on cigars, and he is an accomplished juggler and knife thrower. He loves crashing toy trains and driving for crabs on Halloween, or diving for crabs. When he wishes to know the time, he will pull a pocket watch from his breast pocket of his coat, and while simultaneously checking a wristwatch. Because, that sounds like him. He'd be that over the top. I'm going to check 2 watches.
Oh, 100%.
Which one's right?
Which 1,000... Man, I wish I had that kind of money.
Right? Yeah, he definitely smokes.
Oh, yeah. It's just 1 cigar a month. That's just how much that 1 cigar costs.
Depending where he gets it from, that's believable.
Right? I'm like, that really depends on how where these cigars are coming from.
He's probably maybe smoking 10 minimum.
If they're high-class cigars, I could...
And Gomez, they're going to be high-class.
Oh, 100%.
There's no low-class cigars for that, man.
This guy is a man of quality. And I love Gomez Adams.
Oh, heck yeah.
Like, okay, I'm sorry we're not at the end of the episode, folks, but I don't think we can hide our joy for this character very, very well. Okay, let's go into other media. Take us away, Joker. We're rusty, Mr. Moon.
You're rusty.
Yeah.
So, in the 60s TV series, John Astin would portray Gomez, who would also voice him in an episode of the new Scooby-Doo movies. In the first animated series, which was also done by Hanna-Barbera, Gomez would be voiced by Lenny Weinrib. I'm going to go with that. I do apologize for probably butchering your name.
I don't think I could do better.
John Astin would come back to voice Gomez in Hanna-Barbera's second series. In the movies, The Addams Family, that was released in 91, and Addams Family Values in 93, Raul Julia would portray Gomez. After Raul passed away, Tim Curry would take up the role in the TV film Addams Family Reunion in 98 and 99. In the TV series, the new Addams Family, Glenn Toronto would portray a similar version to the original 60s Gomez. In his Broadway musical versions, Gomez would be played by Nathan Lane, Roger Rees, and in the UK by Cameron Blakely. And this one kind of surprised me a little bit. Oscar Isaac would voiced Gomez in 2019 and 2021 computer animated adaptations.
That's who voiced him?
Yeah.
Huh.
That one surprised me a little bit when I saw the name. I had to double check. I was like, that's who I think it is, right?
Huh. Wow. We might have to watch those now.
Right? And then Luis Guzman portrays Gomez in the Netflix series Wednesday, which they couldn't have picked a better guy.
Honestly,
Not for the original version of Gomez.
Yeah, for those of you who are hung up on the 90s version, being like I don't know if he fits the role. Well, you listen to this episode, and we basically described that actor while describing him on here. So
I feel bad because it feels like we just called the dude ugly, but I mean he fit the role perfectly,
right? And also, honestly, I always like that actor in general. So,
Dad, to be honest, after watching the show, he's got the energy and the suaveness and everything of Gomez.
Oh, 100%.
I don't think they could have picked a better option.
100% agree. And I'm only 3 episodes in, but honestly, I like him so far. Okay, so and that's kind of all we got as far as they're in the comics, original comics and shows. They never really portray he has any powers or anything. He's a good fencer. He's intelligent, multilingual. Those are kind of his abilities, I'd say he has.
Yeah.
Beyond that, where's the money coming from is what I want.
That's what I would love to know. It's got to be blood money.
It's got to be some ancient curse. Or some who in your family line sold their soul to the devil?
All of them. Have you seen that family?
True.
They got a hand that is on its own.
Okay, so I guess I'll ask the question, which I feel as though we've already kind of given our answer to. You a fan, Joker?
Oh, for sure. There's no second guessing that one.
100%. I'm a fan, too. For anyone that's still listening, if you got something out of this, enjoyed the episode, or even liked the character before from a movie, a comic, cartoon, hell, even that t-shirt that you saw one time, you're a fan, too. If you want to jump on this train, why not subscribe and share with a friend? d-rael out. Y'all keep riding them rails.